Previously on Divorce Court. Clearly, there have been some red flags. Why don't you tell me about
Yes, there have been so many red flags. Again, I was getting these random calls.
I
got random calls coming through my phone. I'm at work, I'm at home.
Random calls from women?
No, just random numbers. Originally, I didn't answer it. So
Okay.
I ended up answering up the call, and next thing you know, it's a debt collector, and they're calling me, and I'm looking like, I don't know anybody any money. Who are you calling for? They said Daniel Weisberg.
Don't put her phone number down.
Thank you.
For your financial obligations.
Next thing you know, took a picture, posted it, want everybody to see us together, and randomly, a woman comments underneath that her and Daniel are together, and they've been in a relationship this whole time.
Why would you trust this hoochie over your man? I just need to know that.
He went out with his friends. We share each other's location. They end up going out to a club. I pop up. I don't mind. I pop up. I'm the type to pop up. So we get there. I get inside the restaurant. I'm looking for him. And as soon as I walk in, there's somebody sitting on his lap.
Wait, there's a woman sitting on his lap.
Come on now.
Sir, there is never a good reason to have another woman sitting on your lap unless she is 4 years old. And your daughter.
Can I please defend myself?
I don't know how you can.
Well, but based on from what I said before, there was a bunch of women that came to the table that were drunk. They were just like sloppy.
Why are you hanging out with drunk women?
I wasn't hanging out with drunk women. I was going out with my boys.
You brought me around your boys too, so it's just very embarrassing.
Let me talk.
Embarrassing.
I'll let you talk. Let me talk.
I don't care.
I
if
let
you
a
talk,
bunch
to
of
be
women.
honest.
A bunch of women came to the table. I was with my boys, and a bunch of women came to the table. They were drunk. My boys was flirting. A couple of my boys was flirting.
about
One
the
of my
studio?
homies got a girlfriend,
about
so
the
he wasn't
studio?
on that.
Give me a minute, Miss Perkins.
Let me talk. And when one of the women came up to me, she kind of like drunkly like slid or fell on my lap, and I said no. I got her up. She happened to come at the moment.
Oh my Lord, you are the unluckiest human being on the planet. There just happened to be a
unlucky
drunk
things do
woman
happen,
that you
do they
don't
not?
know sitting on your lap.
But listen,
okay.
I didn't even see her coming. I didn't even know she was here until she came up to me.
That's what.
And that is her point.
But what I'm saying is I got her up.
There's sometimes when I just have to go to an expert. My friend, Robert.
Here we go.
What would Chris do if you had another woman sitting on your lap?
That was the top of her list when we were dating. She's like, I don't want any woman sitting on your lap.
Thank you.
And I didn't even know. I was you. I was naive. I was like, why? It's innocent.
But I told her I'm innocent. I didn't see her, which means I wasn't doing something because I saw her.
Okay, but Mr. Weisberg,
I got her off because I'm like, don't sit on my lap. You can't do that.
But I know what I want. I've always said, like I said, generational curses. This is the thing that I do want. So regardless if you have somebody there or not, again, what about when I popped up at the studio, Daniel?
What happened at the studio?
He was at work. It's supposed to be till about 5 o'clock, apparently. I'm calling his phone, he's not answering. 6 o'clock comes around, I'm like, okay, maybe he stayed a little bit later so he can finalize. It takes a long time to make those types of things. You know, I truly get it if that was the case.
But you popped up.
You really
popped
don't.
up to the studio.
You really
popped
don't
up
get
to the
it.
studio.
Okay, but I'm listening, Mr.
About
Weisberg.
8 o'clock, I popped up to the studio.
But wait, he's supposed to be home at 5, but you pop
He
up
said
at 8.
5. Yes, but his location still said he was there. Knowing I have that location, I popped up. I came to see him, wanted to see what he was doing.
How dare you accuse
I
me?
come there, the people that work there, I ask, where's Daniel? He says, oh, Daniel's gone. He's been gone for about 3 hours now. How? I show him the location. I show the guy. He said, oh, well, how about you call his other phone? Other phone? How do you have a total other phone? If you had an other phone, you could have gave the debt collector the business phone secondary number. That doesn't make sense to me.
Oh, I'm sorry. Miss Perkins just
So you have a
preached the word. I'm
totally
sorry.
different-
I'm sorry. Sometimes I have the good lines, but she had the best line.
Yana.
If you have a second phone, why you didn't give the debt collector that number?
It's a phone just for business, just for my music business, for my entertainment business. It's for my business. A lot of people, when they work, they have 2 different phones.
Yes, they do.
So that's the first thing.
Who are you?
I have a business
Hotline
phone.
Bling? What you doing?
First and foremost,
Drake.
okay.
Drake.
Okay, cool. That's cute. That's cute. Okay, so first of all, you want me to make money, right? You want me to make money? You're showing up at my place of business. Again, I know you have my location. What? I'm recording
When I
music.
showed
Wait,
up-
let me talk, because you talked. You showing up at my place of business. This is where I record music. And if I'm in the studio, I'm not looking at my phone.
You're not
trying to make
there.
sure that I'm being loyal to you. I know I'm being loyal to you, so I don't have to always prove it to you.
You're not there.
Okay, but wait a minute, Miss Perkins.
Come on, man.
There's a reason that you don't trust him. And I need to get to the bottom of that. I'm about to ask somebody who usually can have more insight. Family members usually have more insight because they sort of live up here so that they can look down. And I'm glad that your sister has joined you today. LaShauna White, join your sister at the plaintiff's table for me.
Really accusing me of cheating. That's crazy.
Just hush, please.
Normally I introduce the witness earlier, but today I didn't because I just wanted you to sit and be my eyes and ears behind the scene. And clearly I have an investigator right here standing next to me, providing me with some information. I know your relationship with the plaintiff. What's your relationship with the defendant?
I have no relationship with Daniel. I just know that he's dating my sister, and I really haven't liked it from the start.
So I know that what I got in terms of my notes is that they started dating earlier than you would have been happier with. Am I correct?
For sure, yes,
Okay.
definitely.
So why didn't you want them dating, and why is your sister so set on marrying him?
I'm not sure what magic potion he's poured into any drinks he's giving my sister, but I just don't like them being together. I feel like he's too old for her.
Give me, Miss
I'm pretty
Weisberg, give me
sure
a moment.
we're almost about the same age. I just feel like my sister has a lot going on. She's pursuing modeling, finishing school, and Daniel is just a manipulator. And
What makes you say he's a manipulator?
Please, do tell
Because
us.
I want to know what you've witnessed, not
Can you let her talk?
not what you're thinking,
I should-
what you've witnessed.
Well, there's been plenty of times my sister's called me crying about how Daniel's asking her for money to pay for things. They're short on bills, and he's using his money to go out with his friends or purchase different material items for himself.
Didn't even give me a ring.
Can I be honest? Can I be honest?
Material
I want to
items.
finish. I would like to hear what
Why?
Ms. White has to say, and then we 100% will get to you. Go ahead, Ms. White.
And that's what Daniel does when he knows that he's in the wrong or that someone knows that he's not a good person. And I know that he's not a good person for my
Not a good
sister.
person.
I really want to get married. So for me personally, when he proposed, I was super excited. He didn't give me any ring in the box. There was no ring in the box.
With no ring.
So I don't want to sit up here and think, okay, maybe he just can't get the ring right now. Maybe he just can't get the ring right now.
Fair.
And
Fair.
I accepted the proposal, but about a week later, I found a receipt for a $500 watch.
Okay? Well, the first thing that we're talking about is money, okay? So I'm gonna let Mr. Weisberg tell me, why would Miss White think that you're not a good person?
Because, well, first of all, she's never warmly welcomed me into her family.
She don't like you. I can already tell
She
that.
don't like
Exactly.
me.
Why
She don't
she don't
like
like
me.
you?
But she's also very biased because that's her sister. She's not
That's what she's
open to
supposed
hearing.
to do.
Let me talk.
I'm
She's
sorry,
not
I'm
open
done.
to hearing
Can't.
the outside perspective, the outside opinion. She gon' ride with her. She's the type where it don't matter if she's wrong. I'm gonna ride with my sister. And if I have to make you look bad doing it, even if you're not supposed to be looking bad doing it, I don't care. That's the type of person she is.
Okay,
I
but
don't
Mr.
even know why
Weisberg,
she's here.
Mr. Weisberg, I'm gonna ask the type of person you are.
Thank
What would make her think that you are not right for her sister? What have you said or done? And you can only look inside of yourself to make Miss Perkins cry, to make her have to complain about you not taking care of your responsibilities, to make her have trust issues.
Okay.
What have you been doing?
I think that we have had a number of miscommunications that has turned into looking like I'm doing things that I'm not doing because of my lack of miscommunication. I've been working on it. That's not something that I'm 100% great at. My phone does die. When I'm in the studio, I don't look at my phone. Things like that do happen. But I do have to work on my miscommunication. And but the fact that it turns into this whole, you unloyal, like, are you kidding me? I'm doing all of this to bring money into the house.
So
I
where
love
is
you.
that actually brings up a question. Where is the money? Because I know that Ms. Perkins, one of the issues that you had is that Mr. Weisberg proposed, but
Yeah, he
proposed
proposed.
without a ring.
He definitely proposed. I was excited, you know, I really want to get married. And I gave Daniel an ultimatum. I let him know, like, if you really want to do this with me, you need to be as loyal. You need to make sure that you're working. You need to make sure that you're showing me that you're just as serious as I am because, again, I don't have time. So for me personally, when he proposed, I was super excited. He didn't give me any ring in the box. There was no ring in the box.
With no ring. That's not even a proposal.
First of all,
let me finish.
Weisberg.
And to me, I'm taking it in. You know, I'm an emotional wreck already because at the end of the day, I want to be able to be married. So I don't want to sit up here and think, okay, maybe he just can't get the ring right now. Maybe he just can't get the ring right now.
Fair. Fair.
I accepted the proposal. We both had disbelief for sure. But about a week later, I go check in the car and I find a receipt for a $500 watch.
That wasn't my receipt.
A $500 watch
that was
I've seen him wearing
homie
before.
left the
You
receipt.
got $500. How you got $500 for a watch?
My bro left
but
the
you don't
receipt
have $500.
in the car.
Excuse me.
You don't have $500 for my ring. That doesn't make any sense to me.
Man.
1 second. Let's go to Mr. Weisberg. Mr. Weisberg.
Pandora?
I had a receipt in the car because my friend was in my car. The receipt was there. She saw me with a watch on. It's an old watch. You can tell it wasn't $500 at all. It was a cheap watch.
Whose receipt was it then?
It was my friend's
Why
receipt.
y'all sharing watches and receipts?
Nobody was sharing receipts and watches. He left the receipt in my car. What's so hard? I wasn't wearing. Do you see how everything that I'm doing gets turned into a whole? Like, okay, so let's go back to the ring. When I proposed to you, I didn't have the money for the ring. I've made some things that are irresponsible, what you would call irresponsible decisions. I get it. I'm human. But for the most part, I've still committed to you. I still propose to you because it's the idea, it's the thought that counts.
So you know
right?
what? I've now heard there are trust issues. I've now heard there's respect issues because that woman on the lap thing, I'm not gonna get over that for a long time. I've also now heard there may be some questions about financial mismanagement.
But how about we just make it all better right now? How about this? How about we just make it all better right now?
Absolutely not.
With all due respect, we both have things to work on. But I love you. There's nobody else I'd rather share my life with. Will you please marry me?
Before you open your mouth, Ms. Weisberg, you might want to stand up for this part. If you'd like your case to be heard on divorce court, call us toll-free at 1-877-311-2222 or log on to our website at divorcecourt.com. Missed a show? Watch full episodes on our streaming platforms and follow us on social media for exclusive content.
I had a savings account. He has his own savings account. We have a joined savings account.
So there's 3 different accounts.
Yes.
One, and then joint.
Yes, our joint account. I looked inside our joint account, and it was less than $2,000 than we already had. And we have a couple of thousand saved in there. So for me personally, I didn't understand, you know, if you needed the money, you could have asked me.
Well, and when a joint account,
Anything.
it requires the 2 of you to make a decision if you're going to take money out.
Okay,
He
so
takes-
Wait. I just need to know the facts.
He takes about $2,000 out. And Daniel, you already know that you have your own personal issues when it comes to sports. He's a sports fanatic, so he loves to make sure that we can try to make the money back, we can do this, we can do that. Yet the money wasn't put back when you gambled for the sports game. Isn't there an NBA something going on right now?
I gambled for sports, Your
You
Honor.
even watch that?
I thought I was gonna win. I lost. That was my fault. I owned up to it. But how about we just make it all better right now? How about this? How about we just make it all better right now?
Absolutely not. Absolutely
I just
not.
propose to you right now because you really
Jazlyn.
don't think that I'm loyal to you, I'm committed to you, I don't have the ring, well, guess what? I have it now. So how about we just stop all of this drama, I'll show you how much I love you, and we get
He
married
is
right now.
not the one, Jazlyn.
She's not in our
He's
relationship.
not the one. He's
Where'd you
working.
With all due respect, Your Honor, I'm not getting married to Miss White.
But you're marrying my sister.
I'm
and
marrying
you
your
are
sister.
Not the
You're
one.
not a part of this relationship. You biasly don't like me. But you'll have to
But
accept.
you have to make sure that you're doing these things not just because we're in different situations. Are you doing these things for you, or are you doing these things to better the shit
I'm
that's
going to better
stuff that's
my
happened?
communication. I ask that you better your trust issues with me because I'm trying to show you how good of a man I am. That I have the ring.
Jazlyn, no.
I'm not a perfect human being, but I'm working on it. With all due respect, we both have things to work on. But I love you. There's nobody else I'd rather share my life with. will you please marry me?
Jazlyn.
Before you open your mouth, Ms. Weisberg, you might want to stand up for this part. Look at me. Don't look there. Look at me, because I want you to make a decision that's going to work for you. I know this lady next to you loves you, and this man on the other side says he loves you, but I need you to love you, okay? Jazlyn. For real. No. Look at me. They don't have anything to do with it. This is now about you. You're 21. You told me you wanted to break a generational curse. But you know what a generational curse really is when it comes to love? Is marrying the wrong person. It's not just not marrying, not just being somebody's baby's mama. It's not being happy. Being happy in who you are and what you bring to the table and what you want out of a marriage. You shouldn't have to have location devices. You don't need to walk into a club and see somebody with a woman on your man's lap. You don't need to worry about how many phones, because he could have 3 phones. If that's your man, it wouldn't matter to you because you'd know he was the one. In the soil of marriage is something called trust. And then the seeds that go in are love, devotion, respect, kindness. But if trust is not there, that's called a fertilizer. The rest of it doesn't work. So, Ms. Perkins, this is on you, baby. So, Ms. Perkins, this is on you, baby. You are 21 years old. You can find love at any time. I found the real love at 54. The kindest, most loving, generous, and gentle man I could ever want. When my daddy gave me away to him, my father said, I'm giving you to somebody who can reach the bar that I've set. So you make that determination. The bar that you've set for yourself, what you want. Mr. Weisberg asked you a question. Only you can answer it.
Well, Your Honor, with everything that you've said so far, I love you, Daniel. And me personally, I want to really do this with you, but I think we need a little bit more time when we're at home to talk about these things. And maybe, you know, in a month or two, if you're still willing to do those things, then we can do this. But right now, I don't think it's really the best choice for me. And I know you say you love me, but I feel like I need to see it just a little bit more. So right now, I want to take the time. I'm not saying that we're done. I'm not saying that we'll completely cut this off, but I am saying that I need some time to think about it. I can't think about this right now. Not right now. It's just too much pressure on me right now, and I don't want to do this right now.
Okay.
Ms. Weisberg?
I have nothing but to respect that, Your Honor.
And guess what? You have nothing to do but prove that you are worthy of this young woman.
And I will do that.
Put that ring back in the box.
Have it in the box for later.
Put it in the box and keep it. And when you're ready to pull it out the next time, make sure you match what that sparkle represents.
I completely understand how this has to work. And I promise you, I'm gonna do everything I can. I'm truly gonna show you.
I hope.
I'm truly gonna show you. I'm truly gonna show you. I do believe there's things that we both could work on, but I know I know what I'm doing.
Okay, we'll talk about it. We'll work about it. We'll figure it out.
I think they can make it if he really is committed to working on his issues. I know what it's like to want to have a marriage that's loving, but I was willing to wait for it, and I got what I wanted.
Yes, you did.
I hope she gets what she wants.